the best Root Rider attack strategy at Town Hall 17. So the strategy we're going to be using is the Sui Hero's Root Rider attack, and originally it came out, it was invented by Navi, and this strategy I call it the best because when hard mode got hard, it was one of the first strategies to be able to triple. This strategy is also a little bit hard to pull off, but it has great potential. So that's what this video is for, to show you how you can pull it off on any base. Here's the armor we're going to be using, and something I found useful is you can bring only 5 invis spells for the Spirit Walk, and that gives you an extra room for a rage spell, which can be very useful. Anyways, I'm going to leave a copy link for this army in the description. Now let's get into the attack. So first off, this is a pretty intimidating looking base, so I'm just going to start in the center here. Just going to keep her invis on time every time the clock hits 7, so when you use invis, by the time it takes effect, it's about 6, 56, 46, 36, and a little wiggle room in there. That's an unfortunate thing. That's why when we're a little bit here, we're just going to try to rely on just using invis spells and not the Spirit Fox anymore. And so I'm trying to sketch my RC here. That was kind of sloppy, so we're probably not going to get too much value with our Spirit Walk, so we're just going to recall her and say screw it and let's go. You really want to keep your RC Walk alive. Anyways, now it's time for the Sui, so we're going to start on this side, opposite side of the Town Hall as far as possible. Yeti to funnel, and then the King to clean, and then the Golem to go out in front of them to tank, and then they'll break open a couple walls with these couple super wall breakers to try to start in with the Sui. And after that set, we're going to start in with Log Launcher. I didn't want to go too direct into the base. Maybe I should have and just waited a little longer, but now since there's already kind of a funnel set, we're already going to start in with the Root Riders. We're just going to hold a finger on the screen, press the Root Riders with the other finger, all the healers, all the loons, the Apprentice Warden, the Warden, and then a couple loons to tank, and just do that really quick. And so now we're just waiting. Now we're going to send in an RC quickly with them as well, and we're already going to pop the healing tome because we're under a lot of damage and we really want to keep that RC alive. And so we're just going to freeze up the Town Hall here and just take some damage off of us. Might have wanted to save that for later and something else, but anyway, we're already going to rage up to this section since we want to keep everything alive and ultimately the RC alive as well, and just kind of crush through that center of the base there. And we got this back end, still got a decent bit left, but we also have our queen in the center of the base. Since we started with the other troops so soon, the queen was able to get cross-dinked and probably stayed alive because of that, and she's going to go in there and take out that monolith, which could have been a huge problem if she didn't deal with it. So that's dope. We're just on a cleanup now. We got all those super barbarians on the outside of the base flanking at the same time the Root Riders pass by. That's kind of what they're for, or just whatever. And it looks like we still have a decent amount of troops alive, even though it didn't get a ton from the initial RC walk. The fact that we kept her alive this whole time is a big deal, and I think one of the main things that can mess up this attack is letting the RC die. So now, of course, first thing I want to start in is with the Spirit Walk, and this is anti 3-star style base, so that means I'm going to want to come from the opposite side of the tunnel with the Log Launcher. So I'm going to start up here on this side with the RC. I don't really care if she goes down to the right flank or to the center here. I'd actually prefer she goes to the center because got a lot of stuff there that could really mess up the Sui. The heroes, I mean, the monolith and that hook thing, whatever it's called. And it looks like she's going to take a left here and go into the center. That's nice. Now I'm just going to try to time my invis spells correctly as much as I can, and I think I'm just going to try to rely just on invis spells now because I don't want her to die, and might as well try to protect the Spirit Fox if possible for later on, because that could help her survive in the later part of the attack, which could be very crucial. So I'm just going to recall her now. We got all that core gone, so that's nice. So I'm going to try to cut this down even more with the Sui, so that I can come from the bottom right flank with the Root Riders. So I'm going to start up here with the King, Queen, the Golem, and then the Yeti out there to funnel, and the Log Launcher all the way in the back. And the main power from the Log Launcher comes from opening up the base to the Sui, and also being able to stay out of damage's way to be able to open up all these walls. And we also have this Quake spell, so that can also help open up walls and take some HP off some of these buildings in here with the Log Launcher's help. Now I'm already going to start in with the Root Riders. Just spam the Root Riders, the Valkyries, the couple loons, and then all healers, and the Warden, Prince Warden. And then I'm already going to send in the RC with them since there's not too much damage out of here. and I don't think she's gonna die before I have time to use the ability. So that's something to keep in mind, especially if she's low on HP, just to wait until you're ready to use the Warden ability to get her healed back up. And I'm already gonna press the Warden ability. I'd like to press it early a lot of times when you just get into this high damage part of the base, into the town hall, and make sure everything's topped off. And now I'm just going to rage up through this other side right here too. Then again, keeping everything topped off here, and it doesn't look like too much of the base is left, just that scatter shot compartment. And looks like the RC is pretty healthy, and she's going there up there with the Root Rider tanking, so that's nice. And as you can see, we cut this base down the center and then to the side and then all the way around into a C shape, and we're just going to go around. And this is one of the other things that can make this attack, as in most attacks, but especially smash attacks, the pathing is really key for getting the healers and all the troops together and piggybacking off of each other. So cutting down the pathing is just really important too, and we didn't even need the King's ability really. We might have been able to wait a little longer and get better Sui value before I started the other part.